Let's talk about how to use sleepovers to supersize and grow your business. I was looking for an idiom today that had something to do with sleepovers, staying overnight, since I just had a sleepover with my granddaughter and my amazing niece and my cousin-in-law, my daughter, my niece-in-law, my niece, and her daughter. So what do sleepovers, where do they come from, what does it mean? Sleepovers, slumber parties, pajama parties, they're called different names, but they actually became a rite of passage for teenagers in America, or for kids in America in the 50s, the 60s, and 70s. And I'm not sure if people are still doing them. Supposedly there's some going away from them because of fear of loss of control or sexual abuse or other nonsense that I suppose could happen. But in my experience with sleepovers and my thoughts about sleepovers, can't imagine it happening. If you do the right thing and if you do your homework and you make sure you're putting the kids in a safe environment, sleepovers can be an amazing activity for kids for at least 7 different reasons, and I'll share those in a minute. But how does this tie to and how does this relate to our business? The skills and the reasons that sleepovers are good for our children and our grandchildren are the same as why it's good for us to delegate and teach people in our businesses to have processes and systems in our business so that other people can do things when we're not present. So other people can help us build and grow and supersize our business without letting go of some of the control, without practicing delegating, without doing the things that we need to do to have a successful sleepover in our business by delegating different tasks and functions in our business can't grow. The same is true of our children. If we don't allow our children to have some independence, to learn and experience new things, they don't grow either. And so I think that's why I really enjoyed looking up this particular idiom and how it can relate to our business. And I didn't look up how it can relate to our business, but as I was going through the 7 reasons that children should have sleepovers and the benefits to them, I realized that it has huge tie-ins to our businesses and how we run our businesses. If you're afraid to let your children have a sleepover or let kids sleep over at your house, chances are you're behaving and having those same characteristics when it comes to running, managing, leading, and delegating and growing in your business. So what are some of the benefits of kids having sleepovers, children having sleepovers? Now, there was a lot of disagreement about age and all the negative things that could happen on a sleepover and why sleepovers are bad, because nowadays we like to point out everything that's wrong with everything. And one article was written about the end of American childhood. I think it was by Paula Foss or something. I haven't read it, but I don't know if it was a book or an article, but she is one that says, childhood is dying in America, and one of the things that's being sacrificed is the sleepover. All a sleepover is when one child spends the night at another child's house. I had a sleepover last night with my granddaughter and my niece. I have sleepovers all the time with my grandkids, and I think that's a great way to start. Start by delegating small things. Start by having a sleepover with a trusted relative. Grandparents are perfect for that. If you're afraid for your kids or whatever, or if you're afraid to delegate, start with something small. So what are some of the reasons sleepovers are good for kids? Number 1, children get to try new experiences. Why is delegating good for your business? Your employees, the people that work with you, your teammates, get to try new experiences in a low-stress, low-key, short-term scenario. They get to try it out, and they get to learn in the process. It gives them an opportunity to adjust to and deal with different situations. Number 2, it helps them build independence. It helps them to learn new skills such as packing, organizing their thoughts, coming up and planning the activities of what they want to do, getting ready for bed without help, etc. The same is true with delegating any process or system or responsibility in our business. It allows our folks to build independence so that if something should happen to us, heaven forbid, the business will go on even though we can't be there. Say we break our leg or get in a car accident or have a sudden cardiac arrest and die. We want to make sure that our business and the things that we're creating continue to move forward whether we're there or not. Number 3, children get to make and strengthen relationships. By allowing our people, our direct reports, to take on more responsibility, it allows them to get to know themselves better, to strengthen and improve on their skills, to build relationships with the people they need to interact with in order to get what it is that they need to get done. Fourth, it aids in social advocacy and communication skills. When kids have to stay overnight at someone else's house, they need to be able to communicate with the friend's parents, or other kids coming to your house get to practice communicating with you. So, for example, my granddaughter is extremely shy, but once she warms up to you and gets to know you, she's awesome and she's all in her enthusiastic self. But until she gets to know people, she is very shy and reserved. So sleepovers are awesome for her because it allows her to interact with, and she's a little young. She hasn't gone on any sleepovers that aren't family, like her aunt and her aunts and grandma and grandparents she stayed overnight with. But as she gets older, it'll allow her to break out of that shell, improve her communication skills, be more comfortable with adults that aren't her parents or her grandparents or her aunts or uncles, and improve her social advocacy, her ability to ask for what she wants. Hey, I'd love a drink of water. Oh, I have to go to the bathroom. Oh my gosh, I got to figure out where the bathroom is. I have to find it myself. The same is true of our direct reports, our team members, etc. By delegating, giving them responsibility, they learn social advocacy, how to ask for and get things done and get what they want, get the resources that they need, coordinate those resources, practice new skills, communicate with all the people that they need to communicate with, etc. Number 5, they get to learn how to behave in someone else's home. Each home, each household has different rules, regulations, expectations. The thing I like to do whenever somebody sleeps over, number one, I like to have activities and things planned, but with my granddaughter, in addition to that, I like to share my expectations right up front and make sure that she knows what to expect. Do the same thing with your direct reports. Hey, I'm delegating this action and this activity to you. It is your responsibility. Here's my expectations. Here's the outcome I want. Go ahead and get it, but and learn in the process. If you need help or have questions, ask me. Number 6, it gives you a break. It gives you a break and the ability to pull back, find some leisure time, find some thinking time, do some planning, do some things that are of higher priority than, and nothing's more high priority than taking care of our kids. But it allows us a break from that because we all need a break sometimes from the day-to-day joy as well as the day-to-day stress of raising our children. And the same is true of running our business. There are so many activities, so many things that we need to do. As we get those off of our plate and delegate those to people, it gives us a break to work on other things that become our higher priority because we know that the things we delegated are taken care of. And finally, sleepovers are fun for kids, right? Guess what? Once you learn how to delegate, delegating is fun because you get all these ancillary benefits by building a team that supports the business and runs without you, watching other people grow and develop and become more of what they're capable of, or more masterful and skillful at what they're capable of, etc. So I would love to know your take on this. Have you done sleepovers, pajama parties? Have you been to them, and have you hosted them in your home? And what are some of the things that you liked best? And if you want to share least, go ahead and share those as well. And then, do you and can you see the tie-in to the lessons that you can learn from sleepovers to running your business? I just thought of delegating and giving people accountability and responsibility and personal development right off the bat, but you might see some tie-ins that I haven't thought that deeply about. Share those in the comments below, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it in your business and maybe even in your life? Have an amazing day.